Hello, my name is Dr. Nicholas Cohen, and I'm here to share with you the perfect diet for people with diabetes. Here's a typical day in the life of the perfect diet. For breakfast, eat a bowl of cereal with blueberries and a cup of coffee. So, I take a packet of high-fiber Quaker Oats oatmeal, and I microwave it for 2 minutes. Then I add a cup of frozen blueberries on top of it, a quarter of a cup of walnuts, 3 teaspoons of psyllium powder, such as Metamucil, and then 3/4 of a cup of 2% milk poured on top. I also drink a cup of coffee, 2 packets of Splenda, and I put about a quarter of a cup to 1/8 of a cup of the 2% milk in my coffee. For breakfast, or for lunch, have a whole can of Campbell's Select Harvest Chicken Tuscany soup. This is just one example of a low salt, low carbohydrate soup. There are many others. Check the label of Campbell's Select Harvest Chicken Tuscany and compare it to other soups that you might be interested in, which you can substitute for this particular one. For dinner, I take a form and grill, let it get hot. I add 1 salmon patty from Trader Joe's. They have frozen salmon patties with a bit of cooking canola oil spray on the pan. Then I add 2.5 cups of frozen vegetables, which can be mustard greens, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spinach, collard greens, and I add 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic, and I cook for 10 minutes. I also have a glass of red wine. This is a typical day in the life of my diet, and it also is the perfect diet for people with diabetes. The goal in diabetes, according to the American Diabetes Association, is to have a diet that includes carbohydrates from fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, and low-fat milk. You'll see that in the diet that I just described. It's high in fruits and vegetables, high in beans, and high in low-fat milk. The second recommendation is a diet low in carbohydrates, no more than 130 carbohydrates per day. The diet I've just described has 123 carbohydrates. The next goal is a saturated fat that's less than 7% of calories. The diet I just described has 6% of calories from saturated fat. Another goal is a total cholesterol less than 200 milligrams per day. The diet I described has 75 milligrams of cholesterol. The next goal is to have protein that's 15 to 20% of calories. The diet I just described has 17% of calories from protein. The next goal is to have a fiber intake of at least 14 grams. The diet I just described has 40 grams of fiber. And finally, to have sodium less than 2,300 milligrams. The diet I just described has 1,760 calories. The diet I just described is a great example of a perfect diabetic diet, and you can make variations to add variety to your diet. For instance, for breakfast, on top of the oatmeal, you could have frozen cranberries instead of frozen blueberries. For lunch, there are many kinds of soups that are low in salt, low in carbohydrates, and high in protein. For dinner, there are many different vegetables that you can substitute for mustard greens, including broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, spinach, and then so these 3 meals can have many different variations to them and still meet the American Diabetes Association nutrition goals. I hope this diet plan helps, and thank you for listening. Have a great day.